All right, welcome to Let It Fly Show. I am Michael Severe, joined by Josh Jones. He was a Bluejay. He was an Eagle. Have you ever been something besides a bird?
A Rebel.
You were a Rebel.
But youth team. But I was coached by
Rebels.
I was coached by a Creighton coach. I mean, a Creighton player. So,
Okay.
Ed St. Flora.
So
And
Rebels
Randall Crutcher.
up here.
And I was a Cardinal too. So
Okay, it was another bird. But you are a Rebel.
A Rebel.
In up north.
Yeah.
That's great.
Down north.
But okay, so you still were in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay, which is a part of the north.
Come on, from where you from?
Yeah, because the Rebels, that's a different whole little, they fought against the Union.
Well, it was an inner city thing.
Okay.
Like we was at a time.
You guys were like rebels, like we were rebelling.
Yeah, like
okay.
we breaking barriers.
Okay.
So we were the Omaha Rebels.
That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
First I started as Trotters running Rebels.
Okay.
That is when I
like Kerry Trotter?
Yeah, like his family.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so his family coached me, and then from there, we was all at Jesuit, and then our team was just too good for the CYO league.
Yeah,
so we played in the inner city public league.
Yeah.
Kellum, and then from there, I end up leaving. I played for my school still, but I played for the Rebels.
Yeah,
and it was based upon like UNLV type energy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
We had like
the running Rebels,
but we had the swag of like Fab Five. Like we had black socks like Fab Five, but we wanted to play like UNLV.
Long shorts and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I remember CYO. We never had soda at my house.
Yeah,
but CYO after the ball games, they would have Coke
for sure.
And I thought it was the most incredible thing in the world. I got me a couple. I let the foam go at the top. I mean, like, it's the best. We are live inside of the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District, one of 3 locations now. Of course, you've got out west in Elkhorn. You have the downtown version, and now in La Vista as well.
Yeah.
So that's where Let It Fly La Vista is. If you want to check out any of those locations with all the great sports going on, you've got Major League Baseball playoffs, NFL in full swing, college football in full swing, everything going on. You can check it out at any of those sports bars. Also, we want to thank our friends from Bud Light because they make things
easy.
They make it easy to drink, easy to enjoy, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going, no matter who you're hanging with.
Yep.
Making it easy to drink and to enjoy. And I want to remind you as well, all the specials.
Yep.
So whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, always great specials going on, and happy hour as well.
It's always a consistent crowd in here, man.
Yeah.
Like people be coming from the specials.
There's so many little things too that are happening. So Steelhouse, obviously across the street.
Yeah.
They have so many events going on.
Yeah.
Right? Over at CHI.
Yeah.
You got the Holland right over here. You go over here, you got the Orpheum. There's so many different things happening downtown.
You even got just Gene Leahy, period.
It's just Gene Leahy, the new mall, the new thing that's going on down there at Heartland of America Park. I mean, there's always stuff going on here. So there's great specials. Remember, happy hours 3 to 6, and then the reverse happy hours from 10 to 1 if you want to come check that out. Our guest this week, former Creighton player, former Creighton grad assistant, and now for real assistant coach
and lefty
Mitch Ballock will join us to chat about what's going on with the Creighton Bluejays. Congratulations to him for getting advanced to that. Let's go to headlines.
Let's get it.
All right. So, as most of you know, last Saturday, we had a big celebration for Bud Crawford, becoming the pound-for-pound king, super middleweight unified champion, doing something that no man had ever done before in the four-belt era.
Right.
Of course, the day before his birthday as well, he receives the key to the city and everything like that. But that night, early in the morning, Sunday morning, is pulled over by Omaha police officers, and because they say that he was driving reckless, and it was right here. Like, basically, they said they saw him at 12th and Capitol, which is a block from us, and then turned to Cass, and then that's where they pulled him over. I'm going to read from, first, the Omaha Police Department and Mayor's Office statement that they made about this so you know exactly, officially what it was said. So, the statement from OPD was that they were speaking with Crawford, and the officer spotted, he was the driver's seat, officer spotted a firearm on the floorboard. Once he saw that, allegedly for the safety of everyone, according to the news release, then got all 4 members that were in the car out and handcuffed them, found that his head of security had a weapon as well, determined that both guys had them legally. They had permission to carry, permission to have the weapons. They were legal. So then they charged, or they cited with a reckless driving to Crawford and let them go. But then the video came out. The video comes out, and in the video, you see the officer with the gun pulled, pointing at Bud Crawford. You see the camera in the back seat on the driver's side. You see him being taken out as well. You see the officers reacting the way they were officers. Because of that, here's the statement from John Ewing, Omaha mayor. Omaha Police Chief Todd Smoderer has pledged an internal investigation, which I support, and I want to be full and thorough. We will gather all the facts and be transparent with the public about our findings. We are now about 4 days away from all that. Your thoughts on what we are seeing, what we saw, what we know?
My thoughts was as soon, I don't know the sequence, but as soon as you recognize it was Bud.
Yeah.
As soon as he showed he was in a surrendering position.
Yeah.
As soon as he explained that he was not a threat.
Yeah, he didn't have his ID on him, but he was not drunk.
Right.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
As soon as he explained all of that, you should have did everything you could to make sure the situation was safe and not handle him in a hostile manner.
De-escalate.
Yeah. De-escalation. This de-escalation is not a gun.
De-escalation is the most important.
De-escalation is not a gun. Second of all, what's more crazy is about it, he was just kicking it with the mayor at his own party.
Yeah.
So, like, the mayor was there too. Like, at some point, you know who you're dealing with because it's identified by ID, or you can just identify him by face.
By sight, yeah.
Also, on top of that, I just kind of feel like he had to say to them, I got a firearm or something.
Yeah, well, so Kasem, not Kasem, Shabazz.
Yeah, Qasim?
It's not Qasim either. I think it's Qasim. Qasim Shabazz, he is a guy who teaches a class on how to handle when you get pulled over and all of that. He did the right thing. You're supposed to state to the officer, if you have a firearm, hey, I have a concealed carry on me. I want you to know that. That's what you're supposed to do. According to Qasim, that's when everything got escalated. I will read his quote on what he said about this.
So Bud followed protocol.
Yes.
And then they still drew the gun.
Yes. Here's what he says. Shabazz says, he said he's in the car. He states that he has a weapon. And then Bud also says, I have a weapon. He said that's when the officer pulled his service weapon and started to escalate the situation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shabazz told the media, he said, man, I thought we were going to get ready to lose our lives. That was a nightmare, you know. I'm a future husband. I got a brand new child and children, stuff like that. He also said that he was told by the officers, when he told his officers he had weapons in the car, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? And at that point, he thought they would de-escalate. He said, at that point, my hands were up on the ceiling as Bud was getting out. My hands are on the ceiling, and I'm in the process of walking, and I'm waiting for the cop on my side, though, to help me get out of the car. And I'm telling him, I said, listen, man, this is what I need you to do. I need you to open the door and grab my firearm out of my retention holster because I'm not moving my hands. Because, as he said, he was afraid of losing his life.
My thing is this, like, and I mean, can you imagine somebody drawing a gun on you?
Oh, yeah, I've had it happen.
And if you just blink wrong,
it's
over with. Like, it's deeper than like just the principle of, oh man, you shouldn't have drew a gun. It's the feeling behind when someone draws a gun.
Yeah.
And then there's also the fact that it was properly handled by the people inside of the car. I don't give a fuck who it was. I don't care if it was Bud. I don't care if it was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The fact of how black people are treated in America and how the relationship are with police, not all cops are crooked and bad. So this ain't that. I'm just saying, like it's a sensitive subject just for America in general.
No.
And so you're doing everything you can to essentially survive at that moment.
Right.
So once you pulled over, the first thing you thinking is, man, I got a firearm. Let me lock in and do the proper preparation to prevent this.
Yeah.
You know, so boom, I do that, and then he draw a gun. Where was the threat is my question. You know?
Well, so I will say this.
Was it the principle that he got a gun or what?
No, I think personally the threat probably was, and this is what I need to know before anything else happens. This is what we need to know. We need to know what was the reckless driving that supposedly or allegedly Bud was doing that got him pulled over. Yeah. That's what I need to know. Because reckless driving is a cover-all for anything. So, for example, you are turning right into 2 lanes of a street. and you turn in the wide lane and you leave your lane, that is a charge. They can charge you for that. They can cite you that, and they can say it's reckless driving.
Mhm.
You could be driving along, and say you're driving along 12th Street, and you got all this construction, and all you do is go to avoid, whether it be the manhole that's open or you're avoiding one of the orange cones or whatever else, and the guy says, well, you were driving recklessly because you were leaving lanes.
Cool.
Well, I was trying to avoid. I didn't know what was he doing allegedly that got him pulled over, or was he just pulled over because there were 4 black people in a car that got.
Yeah, it's deeper. Yeah, exactly.
Were they driving while black?
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
I didn't know that.
But then it's like, it's that, but then it's also like, damn, he told you had a gun and then you pulled a gun.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because that's what.
Okay, you want to get
said,
me on this reckless driving? Cool.
Yeah.
But you pulled a gun on me, my man.
Yep.
For what?
Yeah.
How was I a threat?
And
like,
these are people who don't drink, by the way. Bud doesn't drink.
No.
Shabazz doesn't drink or smoke.
Nobody. The car was cool.
Don't drink. And then
I mean, these are sharp.
the other guy in the car was a guy who is a podcaster, Coach.
I don't know, bro.
Coach something. Anyway, he does a national podcast. He doesn't drink either. And then there's a girl in the back. We don't know who she was, but nobody had been drinking. No, there was no weed. There was nothing like that. Why did they pull him over? And once they pulled him over, why did they react the way they did?
See, I don't want to even go there and speculate. All I know is sometimes whenever these parties, people be kicking it, you figure you got one when you pull them over because you can get them on technicality.
Oh, you think they've been drinking?
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
So there was some implicit bias or some prejudice there. Like, there's so many routes you can go, but like, just after what I seen on camera, man, you pulled a gun, dog.
Yeah, he had it
like really,
window,
yeah, like he was a threat. Like, move again and it's over for you.
And that's what Bud was saying. He's like, so here's the issue. You're in the car. You're wearing your seatbelt. Your hands are up, right? They tell you to remove your seatbelt.
And now, exactly. That's what
they tell you to remove your seatbelt. You're like, I'm not moving my hands.
If I move, and I'm watching that video, I'm saying Bud is consciously thinking that as he's giving me the instructions, he's going to shoot me.
Yeah.
Because I told you I got a gun on my right side. You want me to reach to my undo my seatbelt while you're holding a gun because you want to have an alibi to protect yourself, so to speak.
And the thing that I don't understand is, so the line that there supposedly was a weapon on the floorboard.
Okay, cool.
But I want to know how did he see it? So just imagine where you go down this way, Capitol, turn on 12th Street and go to Cass. It's dark over there.
Right.
So how could he see in the car enough to see a weapon on the floorboard?
Right.
Now, according to...
You know why? Because maybe Bud said, I got to find my car.
Shabazz says, this is what Shabazz says. He says, I said I had it, and then Bud said, I have one as well, and then that's when the cops started acting the way he was. That's what they claim, okay? But in the police report, they wrote it up saying that they saw a gun on the floorboard. I want to know how they saw the gun. You're outside of someone's car. The windows roll down. You're talking about it's right here on the floorboard near the door. Man. You can't see a weapon down there. You can't see it.
You just got this thought in my mind.
Yeah.
My hands are up.
Yep.
I tell you I got a gun.
Yep.
My car says we have a gun.
Yep.
You want me to get out the car.
Right.
I'm strapped in the seatbelt.
Yep. You got to get me out.
Yep. My arm's gonna be tired.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He goes, look, I'm taking my seatbelt off now. I'm not doing anything. I got my hands up. I'm coming out of the car. There's something to be said about. So it's called, and I don't know if they still say this way, but it's called a talk, right? Now, when you're a teenage boy, in most races, the talk is about the birds and the bees. But almost every black kid gets the talk. I got it from my brother-in-law.
I got it from my mom and dad.
Who told me the story. He said, listen, when you get pulled over, because you're going to get pulled over, you got to be as nice as you can, have your hands up, keep them on the steering wheel, do not reach for anything. Do not give them any excuse. That is not a conversation that happens the majority of the time with white kids. It just doesn't. It's a conversation that happens, and that's what they were doing.
How demoralizing is it that you got to like put aside pride and have some type of dignity for your life? Like, ain't that crazy?
And you got to. You have to. And I tell this people all the time, and they go, well, he just can't tell me what to do. I go, yeah, I understand that. But is your life worth
the pride?
The pride of there's a great line. I always talk about, pride comes before the fall. And when a guy's got a gun on you, and you think you letting pride rule your life, the fall will be painful.
They did that man wrong, bro.
So supposedly we're taping this on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Supposedly by the end of the week. That's what the mayor said. That's what Chief Smatterer said. That's what they all said. So hopefully by the end of the week, body camera stuff. We'll see that. We'll know more about what exactly happened. I'm sure both police officers that were on either side of the car had body camera. I hope it was on. So we will know more about what happened.
This is how I want to conclude it.
Yeah.
I try to tread lightly because I don't want to really like.
No, I know. It's,
I don't
you know, these people.
But like how, and it's not like I'm not saying how I feel, but you know, it's layers and levels to how you can go in about it. But I'll say this is what's so favorable for Bud. We got a mayor that's on his side.
Yeah.
We got a mayor that was there. We got him with his own integrity in his car who did everything right to make sure their lives were spared that day.
And we had the video from her.
Yeah, like I commend her for that video.
Yep.
Like, thank you for that video and showing that, because it's not about a traffic stop. It's about your life.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, it's almost like the only way you can lament is to be competent. And competency calls like the understanding of what's going on. Like, I don't think that cop understand how he made Bud in the car feel and how he make when every black person or every brown person or every minority that's seen that video put themselves in Bud's front seat.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Right. No, I know.
I thought about my son and my daughter that was asleep. I thought about myself trying to get back home. I thought about the day we had. I'm like, damn, here, I didn't go to the after party, but here I am at home. And I think about the whole day we had, and there was a chance that could have been that
It could have been any of us,
bro.
Could have been any of us. And I thought we got back from Sioux City at about 9:30, 9:45. I thought about going over there.
Damn.
Because I know Craig.
We talked about it.
I know those
things on the list.
I thought about going, and then I was like, man, I'm really tired. My son's not gonna get back till 11:30. I want to make sure I'm home when he gets home, and so I didn't go. But and anytime you get in the car. Anytime you get pulled over,
outrage,
you should never be thinking this is the last time I'm going to be alive.
Right.
You shouldn't have to feel that way, but at times, you know what's happened across this country. And listen, I've known Chief Smotterer now since 2007. 2007, Chief Smotterer was the head of the training academy.
Right.
And I was working at Channel 7, and I went to him and I said, I would love to be able to do a bunch of stories on how these officers are trained. I have to go every week and do a different thing about how they're trained. He said, sure, no problem. And he let me go down there. So I've known him from since then. I know his soon-to-be wife, Carla. I know all those people, right? I know, and I think that I know he's a good man, and I think he's going to be as transparent as he can. But there is our line, and there is the blue line.
Right.
There is the line for the police officers, and there's our line. And at times, and it makes you sometimes question what's going on.
This is a thought that just came into my head. Why don't we have enough people from the area policing the area?
Well, sometimes even when it is the people from the area, it still happens.
That's true. Damn. Like
I said, it's a blue line. It's not a black line or a white line. It's a blue line. And there's times I know I've heard from people in North Omaha. When I was working the early mornings, I would see a lot of people at night, and there were certain police officers that they loved in North Omaha.
I feel bad.
And there were other ones that they did not like in North Omaha, and that's just the way it is.
I watched the video and I was scared.
No, I know. When I first saw it pop up on my video, that was like 5 a.m. I thought, oh my God, something happened.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I thought something had happened, worse than what would actually happen. Okay, so next week, we will not know much more about this. Second, Helen, let's see the Nebraska football real quick. We'll move off of this. Nebraska obviously playing Michigan State. Both teams are 3-1. They're both coming off a bye week. It's going to be in Lincoln, 3 o'clock on FS1. I want to give you 3 things about the Michigan Spartans you need to know. All right. The first one is they have the worst pass defense in the Big Ten.
Still?
They're 17.
Okay.
There's 18 teams. It's pretty close. Nebraska has the best pass offense in the Big Ten, and that's not debatable. They do. Through 4 games, they have the best. Number 2, Aiden Childs is the quarterback for Michigan State. He is a dual-threat quarterback, and he can run.
Mm-hmm.
As we have seen in previous games, Nebraska struggled with Sorsby for Cincinnati. They struggled with Underwood for Michigan. So you got a mobile quarterback who can run. He's averaging 217 yards passing and 40 yards rushing. He's got 11 total TDs. That could be a concern for Nebraska. Mm-hmm. And the third thing is Nebraska's rush defense. Nebraska's rush defense has given up 5.18 yards a rush and 173 yards a game so far this season. And Michigan State's 2 running backs, who are both big physical kids, are averaging 4.7 yards a rush, 154 yards a game, and 4 TDs. That is a concern for Nebraska. Those are the 3 things you need to know about the Michigan Spartans. When we come back after our interview, we'll have our interview coming up. Mitch Ballock. We'll do the keys to the game.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pick our scores. Will Nebraska win? Will they get back on the winning track? We'll do that. But first, assistant coach, Creighton University, and a good dude, and my neighbor, Mitch Ballock, when we come back here on Let It Fly Show. All right, welcome back to Let It Fly Show. We have our guest in studio now, former Creighton player, former graduate assistant, and now officially official. That's right, assistant coach for the Creighton Bluejays, Mitch Ballock, joining us here on Let It Fly Show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you taking the time and coming in. Now, I'll start off by saying, you know you live in the best neighborhood in all of Omaha, correct?
I do. I definitely do.
All right, just making sure that
It's all because of the people, man.
It's the people.
Yeah, the people
it's
in
the
the neighborhood.
picnics. It's the July 4th. It's all the events.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it right.
I feel you.
We do it right.
Just invite me.
in the
That's all-
midtown.
And it's an open invite, man. We don't see
It
the
is.
invites. You just walk over, the
Everybody
doors
just
open.
walks in. As long as you put it from Walnut to Pine.
So
it doesn't-
Pleasantville.
Yeah, about that.
So the Big East the Big East says Ballock.
Yeah.
What's your last name, man?
It's just Mitch Ballock.
Oh, okay.
Because originally we called you for the first year. We called you Mitch
Ballock.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we called you the first year.
You must be used to this all your life.
Everybody's been calling it. My whole family gets Ballock my whole life. So
Yeah.
we're all used to it.
For sure.
Somebody asked me about it, and I said, well, actually, no. It's Ballock. And
For
then
sure.
they ran with it. I should have never said anything that day.
Yeah.
The best part about it is that then they started
Yeah.
emphasizing it, like John Bishop would be like, Mitch Ballock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still one word.
Yeah. I just want to put some respect on you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But we had to mute the playback every time I watched the game.
Yeah.
It got a little much, but it's all
I'm gonna
good.
have to send him a text about that. Start off by, when you found out that you were getting elevated to the assistant coach job.
Yeah, obviously around the time of April, around the Final Four, there's a lot of jobs around the country
Sure.
moving. Coach Mack just told me, just trust me. Like I have something in the works. I obviously didn't know at the time. I didn't
Sure.
know the Coach Huss thing was coming up.
Mhm.
So he just said, just trust me. You're in a good spot. Just stay for a couple more months while we iron out the details. So I just trusted him, and obviously this whole situation came up, and then bringing Coach Huss in and making that transition, I think that's the right move. Obviously, Coach Mack's done a really good job the last 16 years, going on 16, and Dana's done it 16 before him, and then hopefully Coach Huss does it 16 more.
Right.
So hopefully you get three high-level hires in 48 years, 50 years, and that's what Creighton's about, and that's why we try to do it. So it's been good.
What was the call like to the wife or to the significant other?
Yeah, the wife, you got it right.
Yeah.
She was excited. She's here in school still.
Did she know it was coming? Did you guys know it was coming, or was it a surprise?
We kind of knew it was coming over. We
Okay.
talked about it during the Big East tournament, but you never know, and
Sure.
especially in this business,
And
you
it's
never know.
always different once you hear it.
100%.
Yeah.
Once you actually hear it and it's official, and you do the
Right.
paperwork, and you got all your.
Now we can pay for the house. Now we
Finally, the grind, man, it's all worth it.
That played for 2 years, man. That money was drying up pretty quick.
I bet.
Coach Mack has this thing where, it's a few coaches, but I know firsthand by watching, if you play under Coach Mack, if you coach under Coach Mack after you play, or if you're referred to him, you end up going somewhere
For sure.
to some higher level. Kind of talk about like now that you're in this position and
Yep.
Mack has kind of like made you a Jedi, so to speak. What does that feel like for you, and what's your intentions behind? Like, how high do you want to go, or what's the deal?
Yeah,
He's still a Padawan. I don't know. If
Yeah, I'm definitely.
You're a
I'm
Jedi.
definitely I appreciate that.
Lefty.
I appreciate the love. The lefties gotta stick together. The lefties stick together. I'm gonna still try to recruit the lefties now. We'll make it work. Baylor had to follow up after I got out of here, so we made it work.
Yeah.
But no, it's been cool. I think the cool thing about Coach Mack that you don't see across the country is he gives his teams and his staffs freedom to kind of build and grow from what the positions he's in.
Yeah.
He does a lot of hands off, especially in the summer and the preseason. Like he lets you fail and lets you make mistakes, lets you see what you like. And not a lot of places are like that. A lot of places are more dictatorship. And when he gives you those opportunities to grow and try to teach and lead the team, then if you succeed with that and the guys accept it well from your teaching, then he gives you a lot more and you figure it out. And obviously it's a testament to who he's hired the last, 4 assistant coaches in that role. Like, like you had Coach DeVries and he's taken off. You had Coach Huss right after him. You had Coach Miller right after him, and all those guys are head coaches. So when you have that tree and you give your assistants, one, you got to hire people who are ready for the job and who have the intangibles to make that happen. And two, you got to give them the freedom to succeed. And sometimes when like Coach Mack is a really good delegator, and when he's more hands off and you don't hear his voice every day, when the first day of practice comes around, like he has everybody's attention because everybody's kind of looking for his guidance and looking for his leadership. And they haven't heard him for the last 3 months. So it's good for the players. It's good for the coaches. The coaches are able to grow. The players are able to develop and hear a different voice. So it's not the same voice for 11 months a year. You just get wore out and you kind of break up the monotony of the situation. So Coach Mack does a really good job, and it's obviously a pleasure to be still on staff and be full time and still be with the culture and the organization. It's been awesome.
Right. Mitch Ballock joining us here on Let It Fly show. So anybody who's as talented as you were in high school and college had thoughts, I'm gonna go play professional. But was there a time before that you thought about getting into coaching? Like, when was the first time you thought to yourself, eventually that's what I want to do? Yeah,
my freshman and sophomore year of college, I definitely I had the opportunity to play for a lot of good coaches. Growing up, I had good mentors, good leadership in the business. And then when I got to play under Coach Mack, like Coach Mack is a player's coach. You know how it is, Josh. You know,
yes, sir. Yes,
and when you're able to do those things, and you're going to fail sometimes, but he gives you a lot of leadership and a lot of like opportunities to kind of grow under his wing. And then junior, senior year, I started to think like, maybe it's not for me. I just wanted to play. I had the bug playing. And then when I went overseas, and being by myself was a lot of it. And then I enjoyed the film study and like the X's and O's and like the manipulation side of the game, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, sure.
You know how that goes. You know, I learned from the best. You know, I learned from Coach Mack. The defensive side is not my specialty.
He's a scheme guy.
He's a scheme guy, and he had to hide me schematically on the defensive end. Yeah. So it is what it is. So I know a little bit about that, but I never knew to the extent of what I wanted to get into it. Obviously, stepping out of basketball, playing. I jumped into this situation where there was an opportunity for me, and Coach Mack gave me a lot of freedom to kind of grow and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes and kind of be in the situation. And now I just love it. Like you talk to coaches around the Big East and around the country, and they all have that bug, like that manipulation side of it, no matter what it is. Different coaches have different tendencies, different ways of thinking the game. But at the end of the day, you can mold those guys together. And I like that. I like the different personalities and the different people around the country that essentially trying to reach one goal. And that's fun for me. I like the game, and obviously like the emotions during the game it's fun, and I don't get too caught up into it. I never was as a player, and I don't really as a coach either. So hopefully I can continue that and keep learning from Coach Mack and all the great coaches on our staff every day.
Kind of talk about so for those out there who watch the Creighton brand of basketball, there's a lot of times when like things are going bad, obviously fans, they jump ship, or you know how that stuff goes. But kind of explain the brand of Creighton basketball. What is, from a coach's standpoint, if I'm a high school kid right now and I'm interested in the Big East, but specifically Creighton, what are you guys looking for? How do you recruit?
Yeah, I think you just said you said it right there. The Big East, like playing in the Big East it's a different basketball conference. You play against different players, different teams, different places in the country. And you play in some of the best arenas in the world. Like Madison Square Garden in March, like there's nothing better than that. Our brand personally, Coach Mack, I think the best way to say it is just we recruit unselfish players to play our style of basketball. We recruit guys that are high IQ, high level processing, especially offensively. Like when you get behind a guy that like Coach Mack that has the brain that he has, you have to be able to process information on the fly and understand and be able to hold a lot of information in. So a lot of those times they're unselfish kids and kids that play hard and can understand and develop at a high level. That's our brand. Our brand is unselfish players, and then you see it on the floor.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely.
Sometimes the ball gets stuck. Sometimes we over dribble a little bit. But that's how it goes. But we kind of cater to the city of Omaha. And I mean, you walk around, we were just talking about Morton Meadows, like you walk around and all those people are family, you know? And, and everybody preaches culture and family, but there are very few universities in the country that actually live it and display it every day. It's not an act. It's just,
I know.
It's just who we are, you know? And when you're genuine and when it's when you care about everyone else before you care about yourself, you usually get the brand of basketball that Coach Mack puts together every night. So that's fun and that's easy to come back to. Like you're seeing it with Jahens and you're seeing it with myself and you're seeing it with Jeff and JC, and you're starting to see these guys want to come back here because when you go elsewhere,
it ain't the same.
It ain't like that everywhere. It's a business. It's not like that everywhere, man. And it's a special place. And when we talk about it, obviously the recruiting pitch, it's hard to get a 16, 17, 18, even a kid coming from a different school in the portal. It's hard to get a kid in a short amount of time to understand what we're about. But the genuineness usually gets across to people and families, and we want people that, because at the end of the day, you want a locker room of 16 people that get along.
True.
You don't want 2 or 3 bad eggs in a locker room, and when you have that, it usually implodes the whole operation of what you got going on. So we kind of stay away from that, and we recruit to that, and then Coach Mack obviously puts the scheme and the masterpiece together.
I know, man.
So it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. No bad apples, man. No bad apples. That's fine. So obviously you've been around coaches your whole life, and you've been watching film, you've been in practice. You become a coach, though. What surprised you about the job?
I didn't realize, and this is going to be very arrogant of me as a player, I didn't realize that 98% of the time they're right.
Dang.
Like they're right. And you don't realize like when you're in school and college and like you're being a college kid, you're going around and mingling with your student, with the student body. And like you have a social life, right?
Sure.
And you're doing your own thing. You're 2 hours of practice. You have your hour of weights. You have your hour of whatever.
With this.
And those guys do that. Like they've already done the work, and put you in the situation to be successful. Like 92% of the time, I understood that. The other 8, I started to butt heads with guys. It's just those guys do it, and when you have guys that process, I mean, you see the Coach Mack coaching tree.
Yeah,
like we've had high level coaches, and when you learn from people like that and you see those people that have done it before you and then working with these people and see how they operate and what they bring to the table, all these different perspectives, that's how you build what Coach has been able to build, and all these great coaches around the country, that's what they're able to build. And I didn't really understand the magnitude of that when I was in college and playing. I was always that stubborn kid that thought he knew a little more than he did.
Not the only one.
Look, it's hard, man. It's hard.
Right. What about so do you think, I think it's been some time, do you believe that Creighton as a university has adapted to the NIL culture officially and accept it for what it is, and we're recruiting differently now?
Yep. I definitely think it has. Obviously there's a lot of names that I'm not going to name, but I'll just start at the forefront of it all. When Bruce Rasmussen got everything going into the Big East, I mean, that was the next step for what we were missing. Obviously we have the arena, we have the fans, we have all of that.
Right.
But when you're able to bring all that together and kind of develop, what was the sorry, I lost my train of thought. Question.
Sorry. So what I was saying was like NIL is like it's been here for a while.
Yeah. So Coach Rass was on the forefront of that.
Yep.
And then the biggest key on our staff when all that stuff came around was Coach Huss. I mean, Coach Huss was ahead of the game on all the NIL stuff. He had us in a position to when everything changed and the landscape changed, he kind of knew what was coming. Yeah. So he had us in a position to stay relevant.
Gotcha.
Obviously, being in a small market in a smaller city,
for sure,
there's resources around here, and without the people of Omaha, like we wouldn't be doing the things that we're doing.
Huge.
It's unbelievable. The support around here, you don't get this everywhere. And that's why we're able to stay successful. But with that, if you want to win at the highest level, you have to recruit at a higher level.
For sure.
When we were recruiting Missouri Valley kids, you're not going to win at the highest level. You're going to win at the Missouri Valley level.
Right.
And they've done a good job with that. But without Coach Huss, like being at the forefront of that whole NIL transition, we wouldn't be where we're at today. And then without Coach Mack being willing to change,
I know that's a big
that's a big thing. I mean, he's 60. He just turned 60 last November, and for a guy that's continuously able to adapt and change and listen to people who might be more educated on the topic than he is, I think that's real leadership.
Yeah,
and he does a good job of that. And Coach Huss, without him, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
Wow.
So I give a lot of credit to him.
Yeah.
And Coach Mack obviously has done a really good job, and then obviously the people of Omaha, we wouldn't be where we're at without them. So hats off to them.
It's only 4 years older than me. That's it. Wow.
I really feel old.
Hey,
Mitch is good.
Hey, you look about 48 though. You're in good shape,
man. Wow. Mitch Ballock joining us here on Let It Fly Show. I know a lot of guys who are football players, right? And was hard to put it down, right?
Right.
How hard was it for you, or what was that like when you, after a couple of years of saying, okay, now it's time to the next level?
It was really hard, like especially with football players and basketball players and anybody that turns professional in any sport. It kind of becomes a big piece of like your identity.
It's your life, yeah.
And the biggest thing when I talked to Coach Mack when I was thinking about hanging the shoes up, he told me the opportunity was here and this would be a good time to get in. And I told him, I said, just, can I get a week? You know, it was like early August. I was like, can I get a week just to think about it? I was about to sign my contract to go back overseas. I said, just give me a week. So he called me like 2 days later, and
that's not a week.
I slept about 3 days, like 3 hours.
He's the type of guy where
different kind of week.
He wills you to. He knows what's in you.
He does.
He just make you step up.
He does. And that's like he usually the best part of that is he has your best interest at heart.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like he wants to win with you, and he wants you to be a part of it. But he has your best interest at heart. And if he thinks that's a good move for you, he won't make the decision for you. But he'll lay out all the details and make it make sense to why you should come do this or why you should do that. So he gave me an extra 2 days after the 2 days.
So
and
I'm gonna tell you a quick story about my 2 days on top of the 2 days. So. Man, I had a great off season my junior year, and I was a starter. Mind you, it's a little piece of I overslept, got in trouble, but whatever.
We've all been there. You get one.
Yeah, exactly. So I was a starter. We played an exhibition game. It was cool, but it didn't feel cohesive. And so coach pulled me aside and said, "Hey, Jonesy, I think you should probably come off the bench as a sixth man. You're a better spark. You're our best on-ball defender. And Jahans brings a different type of energy that you do. Not saying you don't bring energy, but he just fits better as a starter." And, the pride of me, like, man, I worked so hard for this. Coach Altman just left. Come on, man, quit playing with me. I was like that back then. And like you said, it's that 92%, but that 8%. And so he said, man, I'm trying to tell you, we will win the Missouri Valley Conference title if you just listen to what I'm saying. And he said, just think about it. I said, can you give me like a week, bro? I swear. Man, 2 days later, he said, Jonesy, are you ready for practice? We need you to learn the six-man role. And I was like, you know what, man? Just give me your time. And so by the time practice came, I understood what he was saying, accepted it. The rest is history. You are 100% right.
It's unbelievable, man. And like how he can get a group of people every year after year, different personalities every year to buy into what's bigger than just yourself. And that's the culture. I mean, that's what he's created and that's what he's put in place. And when you commit to something, like we don't lie in the process, we tell them exactly what it is. So when you tell us what you're about and then we reverse it on you in 3 or 4 months and you just told us this is what you're about, well, this is what the team needs for you to do, whether it's this role or this role. Usually our guys, they'll fight a little bit, but usually our guys will buy in. And that's a credit to him, and that's a credit to the culture and everything. So.
The thing that's kind of that I've noticed the most, especially this last couple of years when guys are just coming in and playing right away. When you came in 2017, somebody transferred. Man. I know about 8 years. I was trying to do some math.
Encyclopedia, bro.
I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I thought to myself, I said, a guy sits out a year, gets to know everybody, and then obviously it's seamless. Now a guy comes in, and like a month later, he's got to remember the team. How much has that changed? And as a coach, how difficult is that process of indoctrinating those guys in quickly?
Yeah, well, to your point, it used to be 10 or 11 guys, and you acclimate 3 or 4 guys a year. And this year we have 7 guys returning, and we're acclimating 9. So, Coach Mack said it best especially like the day-to-day in practice, when you're out of a drill, you're usually sitting next to somebody that has done it before. So if you did it wrong the first time and Coach Mack checked you about it, you're usually standing next to somebody that's been through it or gone through it that can talk you and help you through it. But now you're standing next to guys that have no clue. He's like, I don't even know what he's yelling at. I just did the same thing you did. I don't know what it is. So that's hard, and that's why when we come back to the foundation of our recruiting and how we go about and find our players, you have to find unselfish people, because when you have unselfish people, they're willing to buy into what we're about. It's going to take a little longer. There's going to be some bumps along the road, just because it's new. And if you look at our history, all of our transfers have been better the second year.
That's true.
Every one of them. Every one of them. Because one, it's a high IQ offensive system. Schematically, it's very, very advanced. So when you're a year in the system, that second year, everybody just develops a whole lot more, and they kind of figure out the situation and what they need to do within their system to be successful.
Right.
So that's kind of what we do and how we navigate the transfer portal. Obviously, we don't want to have 9 or 10 guys new every year.
No. Right.
With what we're doing, hopefully the succession plan with Coach Huss being the head coach in waiting.
Yeah.
There's no question marks.
Yes.
Like everybody knows, we don't know how long Mack's going to be there. Whenever he sees fit, he's earned that right. He deserves that. But the succession plan is in place, and when you hire somebody who has seen it, been around Mack for the last seven years,
yep.
You have somebody that is ready to just continue the culture the way that he's done it. And the biggest thing with the people in Omaha, like when you have somebody that you know and respect and trust, it's easy to keep the ball rolling when you have it going with a guy that's one of your own. And that's what I like what we're doing and how we're doing it. And then to the recruiting side of it, you just got to try to get a foundation of guys. This year we're going to have 9 or 10 or 11, 12 guys that potentially should be able to see the floor.
Right.
That must make practice great.
It does.
If you got a
competitive,
it does make practice really competitive.
So we've had 5 practices. 2 of them, I think, were a little sloppy, so our 40% rate's not going really well. But it'll be good to get in that position to see what people are able to do, especially October 17th and the 25th in our 2 exhibition games, just to kind of see what everybody brings to the table when the lights turn on. But we have a lot of guys that have been successful at places they were at before, individually, and now we're trying to make all those guys fit into a team and what we're doing on a bigger scale.
Yep.
And it's going to be fun. I mean, that's why we're here. That's why Coach Mack is here. And if there's anybody else around the country that I would believe couldn't make it happen, it's not Coach Mack. Like, Coach Mack's going to make it happen. He does everything he needs to do. And I trust that guy with everything.
That's kind of how the fans are, too. Like, when shit be going crazy with the team, everybody just be like, but Mack gonna get the guys. I mean, time never fails.
I mean, last year like Coach Mack's done a lot of really amazing coaching jobs throughout the years.
Yeah.
Last year was one of the most special ones.
Pop went down, dude.
When Pop
was like, oh my God.
I was like, man, we trash.
Yeah, right. Isn't that crazy? And somehow, like, we went to Georgetown, we got smacked, and then we rattled off 9 in a row, the most conference tournament or conference streak. The longest conference streak in Creighton history. So it's like, I mean, the guy, you never count the guy out. You know? He's going to schematically put the guys in position to play. But at the end of the day, he can't make the shots.
Right.
He didn't make the shots when he was playing, but he still can.
I know.
Like he's far from the rim.
He knows.
He was right there.
Kind of talk about the preview of, I mean, dude, if you BPI the Big East Conference, it's like the best coaches in the country.
It's unbelievable.
Like, how are y'all, like, I mean, obviously, the conference is so cool. You're probably just prepared for the season, not a specific team. Obviously, there's rivalries or whatever, but kind of talk about some premier teams in the league that you feel like are going to be problems.
Yeah. Moving to the Big East, like, especially in the NIL world and the rev sharing, we're all trying to navigate that as it comes the next few years. But when you think about the Big East, you have Shaka Smart over at Marquette. Like, that's always a big game. The fans, our fans, their fans don't really get along historically.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You got Richard Pitino coming into Xavier, Sean Miller going to Texas. Like, that's a sneaky one.
Yeah.
You never know what that's going to look like, especially year one. But in today's world, year one is harder to or easier to adjust to than it was in the past because you can have a whole roster
like microwavable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You got Kevin Willard coming back, who had success at Seton Hall, success at Maryland, coming back to Nova. Like, he's a really good coach. You have Coach Pitino, the Godfather, right? Yeah, the Godfather over in St. John's. Like, he's got it going.
Yep.
And I'm missing guys, but you have those guys, Coach Cooley, you can Coach English. Like, you got all these guys around the league that they coach a specific way. It's all different.
Right.
Schematically, it's all different. There are a few teams that play similar style defenses, but everybody brings a different element to how they coach and how they operate. And it's really fun, especially being in my perspective, once we get into the season, when you start to evaluate those teams and start to scout those teams, you can start to pick and choose like, hey, I like what he does here. I like what he does here. And then you get to see it live.
Yeah.
Obviously you want to win the game. You're pouring into your team, but you pick up subtle things along the way where if you get your shot, you're going to take this from him, and then you're going to take a lot from Coach Mack because he's the man. But
so you'll be leading the scout one one day.
Yeah. That's all. That's all Coach Murph, man. That's all Coach Murph. Coach Murph does a really good job.
Right.
But no, it's incredible when you think about the coaching.
Yeah.
The coaches across the Big East.
It's almost like the coaches are more of a like a storyline than the players. Like it's so,
and that's the way it was when I was growing up.
Right.
We had John Thompson, and you had all those guys.
Yeah.
Raleigh Massimino, all those. It was when I was growing
It's
up.
coming back to that, and like, and what I would say too, like.
And Rich Pitino was there, by the way.
Yeah.
At Providence in '86.
But you think like 3-4 years ago, like I graduated in 21.
right.
And from that point to now,
Yeah.
you start to see a lot of like different ways of doing things and different ways of trying to acclimate your team. But at that point, there was the bottom 3 teams you knew you were going to beat. Now we had some slip ups. Or you go on the road, it's hard to win on the road.
Yeah, sure.
But now you go to DePaul and Coach Holtman from Ohio State, like, I mean, he's one of the best coaches in the league.
Exactly.
Like, X's and O's schematically. Like, he put us in a pinch. I mean, you saw what he did. He's going to recruit Chicago.
Yeah.
And he's got a good plan with his NIL. Like, they're doing a good job over there.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy win anymore.
No.
And you saw it in Madison Square Garden. They had us down, 17?
Oh, yeah.
Had us down like 11 with 2 minutes left.
Right.
And, like, he does a good job. He schematically puts our defense in a pinch.
Right.
And, like, those guys, there's no easy wins. And every night you have to bring it. If you don't, you're going to lose.
Yeah. And I'm not figuratively saying this. I literally eat popcorn every time I watch a game. Like, it's just crazy.
It's just well, you never know what's going to happen because, you see us play and we're trying to run and gun.
Right.
And then you flip the TV and it's 58-57 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
And it's a rock fight.
Exactly.
And then we get into a rock fight now.
Exactly.
Now, can we win a rock fight without Kalkbrenner? It's to be determined.
Exactly.
We might have to score 95.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we'll put that together every day.
Yes.
But it's
Is
crazy
Owen
to
back
see
yet?
the different.
Is Owen back yet?
He's a few weeks away.
Because he's important for a rock fight, I think.
He is. And we're excited about him, and he's really attacked his rehab process with Jeremy and Ben, and he's even trimmed up. And he's looking real good.
Yeah,
he's doing some 1-on-0 stuff, just working out, and he'll do some 5-on-0. But we're excited about it. We're excited about all our guys.
Y'all heard about? I be hoping the sports guys are aligned for this, but this super conference of ACC and Big East coming together.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not the guy for that.
Okay.
You're going to have...
That was more of a TV plan, right?
Yeah.
The idea behind that was to make
TV,
a ton of money. No, it would be you'd play each other, but the idea behind that is the amount of money those two conferences could earn from a TV package would be amazing. So that's kind of the idea.
Put some non-conference schedule games together with the TV package plan, but it would be a cohesive league potentially.
I think it'd be more like what Notre Dame is in the ACC,
independent,
where they're playing like four teams,
for
right?
But
for this one, you play like 4.
Hey, I'm good with whatever, man.
The competition would be amazing.
I'm gonna be one of those guys, man. I'm not willing to duck any kind of stuff. I want to play everybody.
The competition would be amazing.
Yeah.
You know why? And so, tell me, is the reason why you feel that way? One of my favorite things to do back when I did an everyday radio show was you read through the bios of these guys, right? And you're like, okay, so this guy's got like 5 brothers and sisters who all play, basketball or whatever else. And I just picture like this competitive house, like where they're competing over eating, Uno, like everything.
Everything.
Was it like that growing up?
It was definitely like that. I'm the youngest of 6.
See you mean?
Bully.
He's like, I'll take all comers on. Let's go.
I got 3 older brothers, and they whooped my ass.
I bet.
Until I was about 15, 16, where I could start kind of fighting back, and I started to develop. And then it kind of flipped. Then it turned into there was just trying to bully me and beat me up, then to just support me and come to the games and like really pulling for me. So
tell it they were doing that because they wanted you to be as good as you were.
For sure. For sure.
My brother say that
for sure, man. It sounds good. It sounds good.
Locked in the closet. That wasn't a good time.
If I would have folded, then you would have said the opposite.
Exactly. What is the biggest advantage of being left-handed? Playing basketball.
It's weird. Like guarding lefties, like think about it. Every pivot foot, like we're depending on how you look at it, we jab with the left. Righties jab with the right.
Yeah.
when you close out, you teach closeouts with a stick hand.
You're going at your right hand.
Yeah, usually you close out to the right hand, with a left hand stick, but then you got to close with the right hand.
It's unorthodox.
Yeah, it's just unorthodox, and usually especially so I was weird because I was left handed, but
you dribble with your right.
I was way better dribbling with my right, and I could only dunk with my right hand. I know I didn't dunk a lot,
but
I've seen you dunk.
No. The reason why a great example for those out there, Baylor Shireman.
Yep.
He'd get you going right and hit you with the left jab.
Yep.
And pull up on your ass.
Yeah, and he was really good, and what I was really good at, like he obviously better than me at it, finishing around the rim, but he had all these goofy finishes off left, right, because the timing, like the big doesn't know how to block the shot.
Exactly.
Sure. If you can manipulate your feet and your hand and the timing of it, it's really hard to react to it as a big man.
That's true.
And lefties have it a little differently.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of us. Usually lefties are able to shoot. So if you're a lefty and you can shoot, get in the lap.
Name a lefty that can't shoot.
No, I don't. I was going to tell you that I wanted to be left-handed so bad as a kid. That's cold-blooded. I wanted to be. So I played tennis growing up. So I wanted to be McEnroe, right? I wanted to be McEnroe. I wanted to be. Do you know who Earl Anthony is by any chance?
I know.
Earl Anthony is one of the greatest bowlers of all time. Left-handed bowler, left-handed hook. I wanted to have a left-handed hook. I want to be Walter Berry.
Threw in the gun.
Yeah.
I tried. I gave it up. I went back to my right hand.
So
I wanted to be left-handed growing up.
Jordan is my goal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much greater he was if he was left-handed?
See, I don't know about that.
That's a little too much.
Hey, who was a lefty though? In all seriousness, in the conference playing against, was Len Bias left-handed?
Len Bias was right-handed.
I feel like there was somebody that was a lefty.
Well, if you're talking about like the ACC, you're talking about the Big East. Chris Mullen was left-handed. He was as good as there was.
No, he's a shooter.
Walter Berry couldn't shoot, but if you got him from 7 feet, 8 feet out, that whole little area. You know what he'd kill you? He'd kill you around the world. He'd kill you by around the world. But we had some great left-handers. But he's like you said, it was really a rarity in the 70s and 80s to see him. When you saw him, you're like, oh, a left-hander. Now, you see him a lot more.
See him more.
You see him more now. And I think a lot of parents, especially when it comes to baseball, they're trying to make their kid into something that's more valuable.
And they're
make
both
them into a lefty.
Both. I don't know how, why. But they're both left-handed.
Well,
that's very strange.
That's why trying to get him on the pitching mound.
Yeah, make them do that. So the last thing I have for you is they've been trying to get over the hump, right? So you got 30 seconds or whatever from getting to a Final Four, right? Trying to get over the hump. Are you the secret sauce?
No.
Are you now the secret sauce as an assistant on the staff to get Creighton over that hump to the Final Four?
I got one more thing to say about the lefties.
Come on, man. Come on, ride or die.
Usually left-hand people can't go right. But right-hand people have both hands. I don't know why that is. So we got to figure that out.
Nobody could go left.
You're right about that.
That was the number one thing they would talk to you about constantly was learn how to go left.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's great. They can do it now. They couldn't do it when I was growing up.
Yeah, but the secret sauce is not me. It's
Mitch
not
Ballock, assistant coach.
I try to
secret sauce.
I try to bring value in any way possible or any way that they see fit for me. Our staff is one of the better staffs in the country, just talking around and kind of IQ and how we process and what we put our guys through. And I think we have the staff in line. I hope it's in the Mack era. I hope we have 1-2 years. I hope it's this year, next year, or the year after, whenever Mack calls it. I think he's one of the most deserving coaches in the country to get to that Final Four and obviously get to that Big East championship. We don't really care about the Big East championship the way that everybody else does. But to get to that Final Four and get over the hump, I want that for him. And I think hopefully Coach Huss coming back and having two minds together, and then hopefully I can add something to the puzzle. But our coaching staff does a really good job. We put our guys in hopefully the best situation. Are we perfect? No. You're never going to be. But as long as you can exhaust all your options and ideas, and then you're ready to go in the game, you have a plan A, B, C, and D. Then you react and then you coach. I mean, that's what you. That's your living. That's what you live for, and to make adjustments when people adjust to what you're doing. And I think Coach Mack does a really good job at that. We can keep doing our research and our homework just to make sure that we're in the best possible situation. And that's what I do. That's my approach. Yeah. And if it helps to win some games, hopefully it helps to win some games. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not the secret sauce. I think the big fella is Coach Mack. He's going to get it done. He's going to break down the wall, and it's just hard to get to that level. It's hard to win any game in the tournament. It doesn't matter if you're a 1 seed or a 16 seed.
4 out of 340 teams.
It's unbelievable.
It's 4 out of 340 teams.
It's unbelievable.
Last one for me is this. We go back to that moment. They call a foul against San Diego State. if that foul doesn't happen, what happens tomorrow, the next day? You think it's a natty opportunity?
I think it's a natty opportunity.
Yeah.
Personally, just because of the way we were
aligned.
And the way that we were made up.
And that Final Four was set, I think.
Yep.
It was set up for you guys.
And we would have played, it wouldn't have been UConn. UConn would have been the championship.
That's what San Diego State put down.
Was. I was over in Germany. I had to watch that game at like 4 in the morning.
Wasn't it like FAU or what?
Might have been FAU.
It was FAU.
It might have been FAU and then UConn.
And then UConn.
And we beat UConn.
Exactly. Yeah.
We matched up with UConn schematically. Like we do a good job against what they're bringing. But it'll happen when it's supposed to. And obviously it wasn't supposed to at that time. Obviously a questionable call. I probably wouldn't have called it.
Yeah, I know.
Even being unbiased because I'm not biased at all.
No, I know.
Sure.
But,
I know.
But I'm following you. I'm following you.
It's a foul, but the way you call the game, you can't call that.
For sure.
You haven't called that all night. And if we were playing against anybody else,
you wouldn't have called it.
They wouldn't have called it. Or they would have called it all game and we wouldn't have been in that situation. So it is what it is. But those guys kind of elevated where we're at.
For sure.
Everything's a stepping stone. Like your class to Doug's class to my class to Ryan Hawkins playing the year. Like Baylor Sharman, like all those guys, Trey, Ryan Emhard, Kalk, obviously.
Right.
You'll see his name hanging in the rafters. But everything that they've done and that team especially put together, you put them on the map and it makes the recruiting process easier when you see Creighton on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
You just kind of broke down like literally what makes Creighton embody what it is by culture and why Creighton is so good.
Yep.
Like I love it just hearing your perspective, and it's honorable to me because I mean obviously I was right there with you at once upon a time playing for Mack. Now seeing it from the other side, I've had conversations like after a tough loss with coach where he's talking to me, but it's from you guys' perspective as coaches.
Yep.
And I'm seeing it different and hearing it different. And I'm putting myself back in those shoes like, wow, I can't believe that. Like, I was immature, man. Like,
we all.
And the way that he's able to like control his emotions and just like say the right thing at the right time all the time. It's pretty special to be around. And like, I'll leave you with this. Like, I mean, Jason Green, like he's kind of that next. He's been a part of the last, all these tournament wins and everything, redshirt and being a part of the team.
Yep.
He said it best last night. Like he's wearing the jersey for everybody that came before him, and he's wearing the jersey for everybody that's going to come after him. And having that understanding and having that maturity to realize like what the Creighton jersey means, it's special out of a kid. For a kid that didn't want to talk at all to a kid going in front of 250 people and saying this. I mean, that's the development of Creighton.
Yeah.
We put you in positions, and Coach Mack puts you in positions to do the public speaking and to grow as a person off the court, not just on the court. And to see Jason Green, especially a hometown guy, just accept that and really flourish in that role. That stuff's fun to watch, and that's better than the wins on and off the or on the court. That stuff and that development and growth off the court that's why we do what we do. And without that, if you don't see growth on that side of it, then what are you really in it for?
Right.
So
no.
That's what's fun, and obviously learning from Coach Mack and Rass when I was playing, and now being on this side of it, coaching with him. Those are the things you learn. Those are the lessons you learn, and then hopefully you can instill those in the kids that you get to eventually make them better people and better men down the road. So that's what's fun.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
And let me appreciate you guys before we leave, because if Nick, just in case Nick Ball hears this, Kenny Anderson, the greatest left-handed point guard of all time.
From New York.
From New York. That's right. Mitch Ballock, we appreciate it, man. Thanks
I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, thanks to Mitch Ballock for coming on with us and chatting about Creighton and the team this year and his career and his family growing up with 5 brothers and sisters. Man, I can't imagine how come. I know how competitive it was at our house, just with little things, but I can't even imagine what that was.
I think we can officially call him Coach now.
Oh yeah, Coach Ballock.
Coach Ballock.
All right, let's get to the keys to the game.
Yeah.
I always try to do like musical keys.
Yeah. When I hear that, all I hear is DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
I got the keys.
I got the keys. I used to do that song I used to play. So let me ask you this. Whose house?
Run's house?
Whose house? Run's house. Number 1 key. Whoever runs the ball the best, whoever stops the run the best, will win the game on Saturday.
Okay.
Nebraska struggled doing both so far this season. Now, they are going against a team that's not as good run defense as Michigan was. So maybe, but I told you, the quarterback, Childs, has been very good running the ball. Nebraska struggled stopping the quarterback run. He's got 39 carries. He's run it more this year than he was running it last year. Coach Holgerson said that they've got something special in their run game, so that's great. But whose house
Got to run the ball.
Runs house. Whoever runs the ball and stops the run is going to win it. Both teams are going to throw the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will tell you this. If you're going out there, 20 to 25 mile an hour wind gusts.
Oh, man.
It's going to be windy.
It's going to be a run game.
And windy. So maybe that'll help stop the run game. But I still think both teams will be able to pass the ball a little bit. Whoever stops the run will win.
Okay.
All right. Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the song Betty Davis Eyes?
No.
You remember the song?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to sing.
I'm
going to give you a line from the song.
Okay.
She'll expose you when she snows you. Offer feed when the crumbs she throws you.
Okay.
She's ferocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. This is all about your eyes. You got to have good eyes on defense, right? Especially against a quarterback like Childs, who's really good at hiding the ball in the stretch play.
Mm-hmm.
Hides the ball in a stretch play. Sometimes he gives it. Sometimes he keeps it in boots. You're on defense. You got to have good eyes. Got to have Betty Davis eyes, and you got to be able to play your keys.
Mm-hmm.
If you do all those things, you'll be okay. Because at the end of the song, she'll tease you, she'll unease you, all the better just to please you. If your eyes are good, you'll be okay. Your eyes are bad, it's not going to be good.
All right, bro.
I know Betty Davis eyes, man. It's a good song, man.
Probably so, man.
It's got the word precocious in it. You know how hard it is to rhyme something with precocious? Ferocious. And number 3, I got a question for you. What do you call a drive that has a beginning and no end?
A marathon? I don't know.
It's a waste of time. And every time Nebraska puts together a really good drive and they get in the red zone and they don't score, it's a waste of time. Nebraska is not good in the red zone. They have 5 different times they've been in the red zone where they got 0 points.
Damn.
It's one thing, and it puts them at like 17th in the Big Ten.
I know.
There's only 18 teams in the Big Ten.
If they had to finish drives, I think they beat Michigan.
If they finished, well, they had 2 drives.
Yeah.
One, they got 0 points. Another one, they missed the field goal.
Exactly.
So that's the possible 10 points.
Exactly.
Certainly, they could beat Michigan.
Exactly.
Finish your drives. You get inside the red zone, score. You get inside the low red zone, get a touchdown. You've got to do that. Remember, if you start a drive,
finish it.
Got to finish it.
I got you.
If not, it's a waste of damn time.
I'm with you, bro.
Why are you wasting my time? Well, here's my score. I gave my score.
Whoa. How many points does Michigan State average a game?
I looked it up. I will tell you this, though. Nebraska is favored in the game. They are favored in the game by 10.5 currently. They're favored by 10.5 currently because Nebraska has been scoring the ball a lot and because of how bad Michigan State's defense is
28-14. 28-14.
You're going 28-14. I will tell you, right now, Michigan State is averaging 34 points a game so far this season.
Damn.
Nebraska is averaging 43 points. I am going 34-17. 34-17. I had a much higher score.
I feel you.
But then they told me about the 15 to 20 to 25 mile an hour winds.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit worried about that. So I picked 34-17. You're going with 24-14?
28.
28-14. Nebraska winning, right?
Yes.
I just gotta make sure.
I
just gotta make sure. You know, you was mad earlier. I'll make sure you're right.
For sure.
Hey, we appreciate Mitch Ballock for coming in with us, hanging out with us. We appreciate that. We appreciate Caleb for taking care of the show, dealing with stuff.
You always
we
hold
appreciate
it
for Michael Anthony for paying us. We appreciate everything. We appreciate the sports bar. Mike Allen. I called him Anthony. That'd be another good left-hander. Was Greg Anthony left-handed? Is he right-handed? I think Greg. No, it was the other guy. It was 2 guards. It was Greg Anthony and who was the other guard?
Sam Cassell?
No. For UNLV. It was Greg Anthony and the other guard was left-handed.
I'm trying to blank, bro. Forgive me.
Greg Anthony and he was left-handed. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mike Anthony. Thank you. Michael Anthony. Michael Allen. Anyway, thank you very much for all of that. And reminders to our sponsor, of course, Bud Light, making it easy.
Easy. Thank you.
Easy to enjoy. Easy to drink, easy to take care of you constantly. And let me ask you, when you go out there, be careful, take care of yourself, take care of your brother, take care of everybody out there.
Yeah.
Because, we want to see you around for the next podcast. And whether you're listening on YouTube or Spotify or Apple, please subscribe and like and be around for the next one. We appreciate it.
True.
Yes. Sir, take us away.
Hey, Josh Jones here with Michael Devere. You know how we do it. It's a Let It Fly show.